Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Dark Road Story Mode on PlayFrame. That's a lot of things at once. Who's ready for a Chapter 3? Almost. I think I'm gonna have to get through like 6 or 7 more quests before another story cutscene comes up, but whatever, doesn't matter. By the way, just to catch you up, I did spend even longer after last episode, grinding even further. We're level 36 now, and we have a lot more cards, a lot better cards, almost all of them leveled up to max. In fact, I think all of the ones that are in this deck right now are leveled up to max. So really, in theory, this deck could get us through the rest of the game, unless there's specific fights that are gonna require some sort of specific configuration of other abilities or resistance. I don't know, man. I'm pretty high level, though. I think we can gun it through some things. And that's all that really matters at the end of the day. So I'm just gonna keep on going until story happens. Charge! I took the first step of my long journey. As I walked along the path, darkness whispered to me from all around, though I couldn't understand what it said. It stirred emotions deep within my heart. These emotions manifested in my mind as words. Was this someone else's darkness? Their emotions? Hatred, jealousy, doubt, things I'd never felt before. I didn't know it at the time, but these belonged to people I had yet to meet. Some were even directed at me. Would I be able to handle that? Being the focus of someone's darkness, someone's heart. That was the moment something began to grow inside my own heart. I'd soon learn that in keeping to this path, this corridor of darkness, no heart could help but become drenched in darkness. Regardless of where these foul emotions were coming from, they gave me comfort. They helped me to realize that my heart could still feel. But I had no idea what lay ahead. Something more terrifying than the darkness. Emptiness. Episode 3, The Purpose of the Journey. So, are you gonna tell me or what? Huh? Why you two wanted to go off alone? You have a plan, don't you? Let me in on it! It's nothing fun, trust me. I like her. We have a plan, but it's dangerous. Here's the thing. Huh? Who are you? What do these guys sound like? I haven't seen this movie in a little while. The polite thing to do is say your name first. That's manners. Right. Sorry. I'm Ericus. Xehanort. I'm Vor. How do you do it? Shake hands. How do you do it? Shake hands. Tweedledum and Tweedledee? How do you do it? Shake hands. How do you do it? Shake hands. Come on, let's go. Oh, you can't go yet. But we're in a hurry. Why? We're looking into something. Oh, you're curious. The oysters were curious too, weren't they? Aye, and you remember what happened to them? Poor things. What happened to the oysters? Ericus, don't. Oh, you wouldn't be interested. Try me. No, you're in much too much of a hurry. I can spare a little time. You can? Well. Ericus? The walrus and the carpenter. What was that about? So the moral of the story is that curiosity leads to danger? That's pretty grim. Yeah, too bad we'll never know what happened to Father William. Actually, I'm okay with that. There's something weird about this place. That is an understatement. A warning for the curious, huh? Maybe they were trying to warn Ericus. Me? Look who's talking. What? You're the one who just had to stop and listen. Says the one who just had to leave home and see what else was out there. You guys are both curious. End of story. And what's wrong with that? Curiosity can give you the courage to dive right into any situation, even if you have no idea what's going to happen. Here's hoping we don't dive right into a pool of darkness. And the fighting continues. I guess as long as I'm sitting and just watching this for a while. In case any of you are curious to try this game for yourself, for whatever reason, let me share some of the pointers and tips that I've been given. So when I was trying to figure out how I was going to record this game, I went to the PlayFrame Discord and asked some of the more experienced players there. I also just looked online into like subreddits and stuff like that where fans of this game congregate and tried to kind of get some general pointers. And here's kind of the stuff that I came away with. In general, this is an idle game and not an especially good one, honestly. There's not a lot of strategy to it. It's honestly more effective to just let the game play itself like this, more often than not, than to actually try to play it yourself. If I turned auto off right now and was trying to actually choose cards, it would probably be my play would be a lot less optimal, I suspect, than what the game is doing itself right now. There's like certain strategies maybe that it won't account for, like elemental weaknesses, or it may not be super good about knowing when to heal versus when to try to go for damage, but honestly, 9 times out of 10 at least, just leave it on auto. It's that kind of game. So really what you need to do, the best way to get yourself in an advantageous position, is to give your auto attack mode the best deck it can possibly have to work with. And there's not much strategy there either. It's really about just buying the best cards, which are the most expensive ones for the most part. And that just takes a lot of grinding, which is what I've been able to do, fortunately, since I've not really had the opportunity to sit and record these super often. It means that I can kind of leave the phone doing a lot of grinding for an evening or two in between recording attempts and getting pretty far. That would be annoying if I was actually like trying to progress on my own time through this, but for my recording schedule, it's working pretty well. Now, one thing, if you're trying to build the best possible deck, like I have at this point bought most of the cards and powered them all the way up to max, so really making myself stronger is just a matter of leveling up Xehanort now. But it's not just about putting the beefiest cards in your deck possible. Because if you do, like if you buy all the best cards and you just hit the auto-populate your deck with the most powerful things in your status menu, it'll give you a very powerful deck, but it won't include a lot of curing abilities. And that's going to be a problem for you because the best strategy for winning in this game is survivability. You need to be able to stay alive, which means having healing abilities and cures and stuff like that. There are some cards, fortunately, that are just straight up cure cards, or that are cure cards that also do damage at the same time. I manually added some more of those back into my deck to make sure that my character could stay alive even while in auto mode more often than not. Because you just kind of have to do that. That's sort of the secret to being able to leave the phone going for a long time and not dying. Also, there's a couple of cards that you just want to straight up avoid. I think it's like Hades and Ansem and maybe one or two other ones. Whatever kinds of cards basically sacrifice some of your own HP to do damage, don't do that. Again, survivability is all that matters. So long as you're still alive, you can keep doing damage. And if you're draining your own HP, that's really putting yourself at risk of potentially, like, letting an enemy get lucky and kill you. What else? There's really not a whole lot more beyond that, honestly. I suspect that they really intended this game to go a lot longer than it did, and they decided to go ahead and wrap up production and wrap up the story a lot faster than planned. That's probably also why we're in Chapter 3 of 8, and we're still just in the second Disney World. Another handy tip, if you're just having trouble, like, getting through fights and not dying, there's items you can buy in the little shop where you buy all the cards, also called charms. They're really inexpensive, and they basically give you a revive, a full revive if you lose in battle. So you can just buy a ton of those. I have like 120 or something at this point. So we can brute force our way through some fights if we got it, just by Phoenix downing ourselves basically nonstop. If it comes to that, hit the button. And that's really about it. There's not a whole lot more strategy to it than that. Like, I've heard opposing theories as to how the most efficient way is to get yourself powerful, whether it's to buy some of the less expensive but still pretty good early cards first to get yourself kind of powerful to be able to get further in the game to better grinding spots, or if it's better to just like save up a lot and buy the beefiest cards so that you can just get yourself a lot stronger, a lot relatively faster. I kind of favor the first tactic at least a little bit, because as you collect and level up specific cards, like as I buy, like, say, a bunch of Mickey cards and add more and more cards to my deck, that also, like, passively increases your stats a fair amount. So, like, here, let me show you. In here in your album, I don't know if I showed this off before, I might have. I am getting passive effects for achieving various things. Like in this case, after I defeated 10 of these shadow enemies, I got an additional HP. And every single enemy type has that. So if you go and just do a whole bunch of fights, you will get a whole bunch of just passive boosts to your stats without even having to level up. The same is true of the cards. If you get... this is not the best place to show it. If you get... what's the best way to show this? Hang on. Yeah, that was... no. Help. There we go. Okay, same is true of cards. As you buy more and more copies of any given card with these points in-game, with your experience points effectively, you also are bumping your stats up that way. And you can buy, like, you could save up 10,000 experience and buy one of the best card, or you could buy like a dozen or so of some of these cheaper cards while also getting yourself a pretty good, like, stat boost. And I think early on, that might not be a terrible idea. Get yourself some of the good cards that will have a curing effect, like Tinkerbell, or I think Ariel's not a terrible bad early on card. Merlin's got a heal as well. There are also some potion cards that also have heals. Like, get yourself some cures, get yourself some early game decent cards that you can buy several copies of, get some boosts to your stats, and that will hopefully carry you into like the one and like to the second rank, maybe missions, where you'll get a lot more experience per enemy defeated. So the higher the rank of missions you can survive for a longer amount of time in, the faster you'll get experience gain. And by that point, once you're up to rank 2 or 3 and you're leaving the phone grinding for a while, when you come back, you'll be able to buy a lot of the nice cards. And then at that point, it just starts really snowballing. Anyway, continuing on with the story. So, your plan. Was that a result of your curiosity? We're still talking about that? Yep. Well... Oh, please be careful. I don't know who's talking. What now? No, not jam! Not jam! I think I might have a guess now. That way. I need some tea, man. Oh, my poor watch. It was. And it was an unbirthday present, too. Well, in that case... Darn, these characters are fun. We must wish you a merry unbirthday! No room, no room, no room! Sorry, all filled up. What a commotion! And on my unbirthday, too. It's very rude to arrive somewhere without an invitation. I'll say it's rude. It's very, very rude indeed. Well, I guess we'll be going. Oh, but you must stay for a cup of tea. Mixed messages. Tea? Sugar? Of course. We can't have tea without sugar. Oh dear. There's no more sugar. How will we ever have tea without sugar? Impossible. You must bring us some sugar. Yes, 2 spoons, thank you. Are you guys as confused as I am? What could possibly be confusing about an unbirthday party? Would you like a cup of tea? And if you don't care for tea, you could at least make polite conversation. And I thought the Tweedles were strange. You said it. Shouldn't we get going? Suit yourselves. After all, we've a watch to fix, you know. Mad Watch! Oh, and remember, have a merry unbirthday. Yes, you must. You really must. Come on, guys. Well, that was weird. Back to fights. So we just let them be? Nothing they said made any sense. They were as odd as the Queen. No, the Queen is different. Those guys were confusing and erratic, but she's all about power. She's predictable that way. She is? Yeah, the people here are all scared of her. Their fear is the foundation of this world's order. Order based on fear? That can't be right. So many of them seem silly and carefree, but beneath it all, they're afraid. That's how order is maintained here. But the Tweedles didn't look scared. They looked happy. Because they're not like the Queen. Their fear hasn't manifested as darkness. Right. Unlike the Queen, they don't have darkness in their hearts. Don't look so surprised. You made it pretty obvious. You two were gonna try to find out more about the Queen on your own, weren't you? Why would you keep that from me? Oh, wait, I got it. Our mission is to search for the missing upperclassmen. But you became more interested in darkness. So you were going to leave me to do your own research. How could you guys? I'm gonna tell Master Odin. No, I mean, yes, but we thought that this would be the fastest way to find out what happened to them, right? Right. I doubt we're gonna uncover anything about them in this world. The Queen's reaction said it all. We're the only outsiders who've come here in a long time. I still don't know if darkness was involved in their disappearance, but it has to be the key to finding them. Think about it. How else could 7 wielders disappear at the same time? Chasing the darkness might lead to the truth. But why do you have to go alone? I can help, you know. Well, there's still so much we don't know. Is the Queen the source of darkness, or is she just a vessel for it? And is she harboring it knowingly? If she's a vessel, then there's a chance we could become vessels too. That's why it's better to put fewer wielders at risk. Got it. Let's go have a chat with the Queen. Were you even listening? Guys, I think we're lost. We are. We are? I knew we'd been wandering around for too long. Oh dear. Finding our way there might not be easy. We got lucky last time. Lose something? Oh boy. The cat! Great timing. We need to see the Queen. Which way do we go? It really doesn't matter. All ways are the Queen's ways, after all. Wait, we don't have time for riddles. Which way is it? Well, some go this way, some go that way. But as for me, myself, personally, I prefer the shortcut. And then there were fights. Back in a bit. You again. You've returned to face your sentence, Very well. But you'll wait until tomorrow. Only one sentence carried out each day. What's gonna happen to him? We're not here to face any sentence. We want to talk. Talk? I decide who I'll talk to, not you. You're in charge here, and we understand and respect that. We just have some questions. Go on. You said before that... Silence! I wasn't talking to you! You said before that all ways here are your ways, and everyone obeys your ways. Is that really true? You dare to question my authority? I'm just wondering if your heart is your own. My heart? Of course it is. After all, I'm the Queen of Hearts. And that arrogance is yours as well? Or does it belong to a dark being inside of you, commanding you to act like this? I give the commands here. I answer to no one. I just don't buy that your heart is rooted in darkness. I believe that people hold light in their hearts. Light, darkness, utter nonsense. No matter. As I've told you before, all ways here are my ways. All of them, huh? Maybe the darkness comes from her greed. greed! How dare you insult me? Then what are you feeling now? I'm angry. Angry at nosy brats like you. Angry at the useless imbeciles around me. You're infuriating when you do as you please. You should all do exactly as I say. So her darkness doesn't come from greed. It comes from wrath. So one's darkness is born from their innate qualities? For some, yes. In ancient times, darkness hid within people and took control of their emotions. People were merely vessels, and darkness spread far and wide, infecting many. Like a disease. Correct. However, as time passed, things changed. People's hearts began to birth darkness on their own. The heartless? Yes, the heartless. The embodiment of the darkness in people's hearts. Over the course of many years, darkness and hearts became entangled. Seems silly to give them a name. It's all the same anyway. How is darkness born from people? It manifests from our negative emotions, such as greed, ire, or envy. Most are capable of controlling their heart's deep-seated emotions, but it is not easy for some. Over the course of many moons, darkness reshaped human beings, who we are and what we could become. It smiled. Huh? Enough! Off with their heads! Off with their heads! Is this the darkness in her heart? Is this her will? I don't know. Does no one listen? I told you, my heart is mine. It is a really cool boss design. This looks familiar. If it's the same one as before, this should be a piece of cake. I don't think it is. Get ready. Well, let's see how this goes. I will give these mobile games that. Their designs for Boss Heartless have been rad. Really been a big fan of them. Neither of these games are very good. This one's worse than the other. Like, as someone who enjoys a good idle game, this is not a good idle game, but my tolerance for this is higher than for many. But I really feel like there's potential for a much, much better mobile Kingdom Hearts game. I don't know, maybe with the next one they're working on, they'll finally they'll finally pull it off. I don't know. But there's potential for a better collectible card game than this. There's potential for a better idle game than this. Like, those genres have had plenty of success before. These are just not very good games, honestly. Hey, we win! Though it was getting a little closer there, huh? So, what did we find out? I feel like we're a step closer to the truth. Xehanort? Do you still think that learning more about the darkness will help us find the missing classmen? I do. Let's head back. We should share what we know with the others. Oh, have we concluded the Wonderland story? I see. So our goal is to pursue the darkness. But you defeated your one lead, didn't you? There may be more than one dark entity. A single light can cast countless shadows. And as Light's guardians, we may have a similar effect. The more we venture out into the world, the more darkness may follow in our wake. Wait, so we're the reason darkness is being born? Well, it's just a theory. So the upperclassmen might have also attracted darkness. Yeah, it's a likely scenario. Right now, we have no idea where they are. But you're saying that if we want to pursue the darkness, it might lead us to them. Well, hold on. Where there's light, there's darkness. I get that. And because darkness exists, light is essential, which is why we became Keyblade wielders in the first place. But there's a big difference between light leading to darkness and darkness leading to light. Darkness can hide inside people, right? It doesn't seem like it'd be easy to track. It's not like we're chasing Heartless. Master Odin said that when the negativity deep within someone's heart grows and can't be contained any longer, darkness is born. But we still don't know if the Queen's darkness was her own, or if she's even aware of what's going on. To tell you the truth, I don't know if that matters. Because darkness is darkness, regardless of how it came to be. Exactly. It looked to me like her darkness came from within. Or she could have welcomed it into her heart without knowing. It's hard to tell. That's for sure. But maybe it doesn't matter, because in their world, an angry queen maintains order. The rule that light is right and darkness is wrong just doesn't hold true. It's a question of perspective. No, darkness is bad and has always been. Don't forget who we are, Xehanort. We are Light's guardians, and it's our duty to protect it. I hope you're not losing sight of that. I'm not, don't worry. What I'm getting at is that if the missing students found themselves facing darkness, and darkness was that world's order, then it's possible they were defeated. No way. Calm down, Ericus. Remember, our mission is to find them. That was Master Odin's request. But if searching for them means delving further into the mysteries of darkness and considering all the possibilities, then that's what we'll do. Are we all on the same page? Sounds like. I don't think this chapter's quite done, but let's go ahead and call it an episode because my voice needs a break. So, I will see y'all next time, and we'll see how far this batch of leveling I did carries us. Have a good one, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye!